If only there was another instance of an NBA executive over the weekend tampering with a player. Is there? Possibly. Maybe. Can we play it?
And for 4 years down here, if we want to go back and just remember what those 4 years were like, 4 years in the finals, 4 years of excitement, 4 years of writing, 2 world championships, the LeBron, Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade, Ray Allen, Shane Battier, Udonis, all of them. This is the best time for the Heat. So I wish him nothing but the best. And if he ever wanted to come back, then I'll put a new shiny key under that mat. Wow. But I can't. I just got. This will just get me fined for.
Okay, so Daryl sends a 6-letter tweet about an older brother joining a younger brother in attendance. Gets $75,000 fine. Pat Riley goes on Dan Le Batard's new television show, congrats to Dan, by the way, and says he will leave a key under the mat for LeBron James. Thus far, crickets from the league office. Now, I'm not one to say the league is getting a little get back at Daryl for the old China tweet, but I am one saying, it sure seems like one of these violations a little more egregious than the other. I'm excited to see what Pat Riley gets fined for tampering with LeBron James. I'll be waiting with bated breath, Jenna.
I'm sure you will, Nick. I'm sure you will. Hey, did you guys ever see that Gary Sinise movie, Forrest Gump? Or that Diane Keaton film, Godfather? Did you see that? Or how about that Hector Elizondo movie, Pretty Woman? Wasn't that great? Oh, what's that? I'm off by a couple of letters in the A-lister, B-lister, C-lister ladder? Well, how do you think I felt when I went to find last night's Nets-Bucks game, only to land on this little gem on my cable box? Blake Griffin and the Nets try to take a 2-0 series lead, whatever. I stopped reading. Blake Griffin. Blake? That's who you picked. You picked Blake Griffin, not Kyrie or KD or Harden or Nash. I don't know, not even Jay-Z. You picked Blake, and nothing against Blake. I love him, but I mean, I need to calm down. I think I'm just going to go back to watch that Alan Rickman film I started earlier, Die Hard. I'm going to go finish watching that. That was a good movie. I can't even be bothered with this anymore. Wow, let's go.
He was great in that. Hey,
I think that's fair. Yeah, he was good at that. Okay, so Garnett made this a thing, right? You take a shot after the buzzer, and Garnett doesn't let you get in rhythm. No freebies. It's a good strategy and just sort of a mental mind game. Well, Nicholas Claxton took it to the next level last night, where poor Giannis, and I don't know what he's doing here, is literally on his backside and tries to take a shot, and it gets blocked. So it might be the most egregious use of this Garnett strategy, on the verge of bullying. But also, Giannis, this is not going to count. Shooting from your fanny is a good sign of how the whole game went. So good job, Nicholas Claxton. Kevin Garnett is proud.
You said fanny. You made my morning. Hey, let's play a little drawing a blank. On a revel in Fanny. Start out west. Little Nuggets, Suns, and Phoenix remain so hot. Took a 1-0 lead last night in the conference semifinal. Chris Paul leading the way with 21 points and 11 assists. What shoulder injury? Hey, Brandon, game one between the Suns and the Nuggets was blank.
More of the same, Jenna. I mean, this team looked amazing. I mean, they played together. And this is what they've been doing all year. They're probably the most complete team in the NBA and the most complete team still alive. You had 23 from Bridges, 21 from Booker. Booker, like Nick pointed out, pulled up in the old school dunk in the 7 tray. And he played like that, man. He played real big at times. Then you had Paul hit some big shots. He brought in 21, 8 and 20 points. And then you also had Crowder contribute with 14 points. So this was a total complete game. It was a really good half. The first half was a lot of back and forth. And then in the third quarter, they start separating themselves. The Suns is a dangerous team, but I do think that the Joker is going to make this into a series. So let's not get too comfortable out there in Phoenix.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Denver went up 8 early in the third quarter, and then the Suns outscored them by 30. Over the next 20-some minutes to blow this game wide open. My answer is this game was timeline adjusting, and that's for the NBA. So the NBA I believe, wants to award Nikola Jokic his MVP either in Game 4 or Game 6 of this series at home in Denver. If I'm the Joker, I don't know that I want that to happen. I don't know if the Joker's old enough to remember when Hakeem Olajuwon, who should have won the MVP, had to watch David Robinson win it in front of him, and then Olajuwon annihilated David Robinson for that game and the rest of that series, maybe because he felt like his MVP was taken from him. If Chris Paul has to watch Nikola Jokic win an MVP that should be Chris Paul's, I don't think that's good for the Joker. So I think the Joker should call up Adam Silver and be like, hey, push it to the conference finals. And Adam Silver might be like, bro, you might not be in the conference finals. It's like, I don't care. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. But don't give me the award in front of Chris Paul. Don't do it. So it's timeline adjusting, Wilds.
Great take. Great take. By the way, Nicholas Wright had this take maybe a month ago, and it's going to come true. So bravo, my friend. Brandon's not the only one calling stuff right on this darn show. Hey, my answer is I'm missing Murray. I was like, oh, you know what? This game's all right, but I miss Jamal Murray from the bubble. This team played 3 times in the regular season. Denver won 2 of them. He had 31, 18, and 26. But now all he's doing is taking one-legged jump shots in pregame, and I watched that video multiple times, to be honest with you. So I don't think Denver really has a chance. I think the Suns are too powerful, and DeAndre Ayton's playing great. Oh, there he is! So this is a shot I missed. If this was happening in the real game, I'd feel good. And honestly, little Klay Thompson, put him in the corner, a few dribbles, take a shot. Maybe Jamal Murray's coming back. No, start that rumor. I get stuff
tore his ACL 6 weeks ago, buddy. He tore his ACL 6 weeks ago.
I do miss Jamal Murray.
Looks good to me.
Forgot about him. Head to Dallas where questions about Kristaps Porzingis' future are swirling. Latest report says Porzingis feels like an afterthought to Luka. Hey, Brandon, Kristaps reportedly being frustrated with his Mavericks role is blank.
Delusional. Very delusional. I mean, you got to think about it. You're the highest paid guy. We get that. And you're expecting to be treated as such. But you're not being treated that way because they can't count on you. You're banged up all the time. You are literally a liability on the court. They don't know when you're going to be out there. And when you're out there defensively, anybody can get buckets on you. And you can go down any minute. So he's a bit delusional. Well, not a bit delusional. He's really delusional. That's my answer, Nick. He got to get it together, man, and figure out who he's going to be moving forward. I don't think anybody can count on him no matter where he goes.
And this is embarrassing because he's got the best gig in the NBA is the star alongside the superstar. Ask Klay Thompson how that's worked out for him. Ask Kyrie how that's worked out for him in Cleveland and now also in Brooklyn. The guys who, when they play great, get love, and if they don't, the superstar is going to get the blame anyway. Like, Luka Doncic is the guy everyone in the league wants to play with. He distributes the ball. He's incredibly clutch. He's only going to get better. And the fact that Kristaps is upset that this isn't his team, buddy, he's a lot better than you. And the way you played in this postseason, so is Dorian Finney-Smith, Tim Hardaway Jr., and maybe Boban. Get your act together, Kristaps. This is going to be a disaster for my large adult Slovenian son because they've got $100 million wrapped up in this guy who wants to get run out of Dallas the way he got run out of New York. It's embarrassing. It's totally embarrassing.
Right. Life of a unicorn.
Okay, Boban is better at selling goldfish, but he's not better of a basketball player than Porzingis. My answer is obviously, and I know we all love Luka, and there's one rule on this show, there's no Luka slander, but gosh darn it, Luka does control the ball a lot. In the past 25 years, and I know we think this is a positive Luka stat because it's scoring and assisting, like, all right, but that means you're turning Porzingis into a spot-up shooter. He's got to get it and shoot it. I don't think he likes it. And you can do a little digging on YouTube and see something that's ironically called Luka and Porzingis chemistry. Guess what? There's no chemistry. It's just a lot of shots of Luka driving to the basket and Porzingis like basically making the field goal sign of like, hey, I'm open, or hey, pass the ball to me. So, look, I think it's obvious. You should have never left New York, buddy.
All right, let's see how they retool that roster around Luka this offseason.